Ladies and gentlemen, we are sad, but we are back. Um, it's been like 3 weeks since we last recorded, and my entire world, at least in football, as a I've experienced every emotion there is, and that's a very common theme. Experiencing all sorts of emotions in a very short period. We are joined by David. David, glad to have you back. David has also gone through pain in the footballing world. Rubin are dreadful. Somehow the only team
I feel like
that are
Hannah,
worse than.
you're just trying to get away from the real
No, no,
result
no.
here. We
Listen,
only want to talk
we
about one match. You know what?
we don't
Me
need
and
that.
Hanu were
Listen,
saying let's quit this podcast, but I said, you know what, Hanu, we have to do one more episode because we have to discuss this match.
yeah. I mean, I don't have anything to say. I like even after the result, I was numb. Um, I sat in front of God for a while, asked him questions as to why not only me but the fans of this club were going through this. Um, I don't know what to say. I really don't. There is nothing to be said. It's a shocking, it's like whatever words you want to use, right? They're probably don't express the magnitude of the result that well. Um, but yeah, gloat. Go on, rub
Oh,
it in,
Hanu, Hanu, you were so
rub it, rub it.
useless. Oh my God, Zenit just ran through Spartak that day. And you know what? The funny thing is, you really should have tweeted that day. That was the day that you should have tweeted. 16 shots, 57% possession,
Wait, we
seven
had more
one,
possession.
7-1. I
Wait,
had to use
what?
two hands to get the 7, Hanu. That's bad. That's so
We had
bad.
No,
more
it's,
possession and more passes. And I don't even know what to say. I didn't know
you
that.
should have
I
you
did
should
not
have put
know.
the tweet out. We were waiting for that tweet.
I did not know that we had 57% possession in that game. Um, but yeah, I mean, we got a Anton put out a nice tweet that went viral, which was like the only saving grace of that situation.
Unfortunately,
So
football's not played on Twitter, Hanu.
is it? I don't know. I think it
You,
is.
you know
You
you
can
know
make a
what do
case.
you know the way they used to do the say to say, and it's like, oh, they're a better team on paper. Yeah, but football's not played on paper. Now it's football's not played on Twitter.
I think football's played on Twitter more than it is on paper. You'll
It
agree with that.
absolutely is not.
Nah, there's more
print,
Twitter than there is paper these days.
print media is dying.
What
Print media
if
is done.
what if what if there was a publication that just printed tweets, got them to the older generations who aren't with the times?
That's called Facebook. Those are the Facebook meme pages that post tweets and shit. Back in the good old days when there were bombs dropping on our houses and children used to learn how to. I don't know, bro. It's messed up. It's messed up. Um, but David is wearing an Anzi shirt. I just wanted to point that out. Respect, respect, big
Well,
respect for
of
that.
course he was. You know, his beloved Rubin lost to a yellow team, and now he's wearing a yellow team's jersey. He's switched sides. He's trying to.
It
Yeah,
was just
Try,
the first shirt I picked out to. Just happened to be Angie.
oh yeah, yeah, that's what they all say. But
that's what trolls.
David, what happened here? You know,
I
David could
mean,
have
we
also
can do the
tweeted
same.
18 shots, 54% possession, 5-1.
Yeah, it was just they somehow every shot seemed to take just went in. Uh, we actually were, I want to say, the better team in the first half. We had a really good chance to go 2-0 up as well. And then second half, every counter attack just seemed to go in. Like the second goal, they had a shot, it hit the bar, dropped straight to Polos to tap it in. The fourth goal, they had a shot, it got blocked, it dropped straight to Ali Sow, he smashed it in. There was the fifth goal was also a rebound which deflected straight to Glebov and put it in. It's like couldn't believe our luck. I felt like we didn't deserve that scoreline, but it was very demoralising. I was so
No.
pleased, so happy at the third when we went 1-0 up as well.
Yeah, and
And I just couldn't
it's
believe it
crazy because
because we had, yeah,
I think most people would have had Ruben getting something out of the game, and then when they went 1-0 up, you would have expected them to kind of push on or at least get a draw out of it. But 5-1,
We're
Jesus
still putting
Christ!
this ragtag team together. I mean, we were chatting about it in
Yeah, that's a wild ass team
you
that
know,
you put
it's
out.
I
It's
mean
like,
it's a
yeah,
strong team, but half those players weren't playing in their best position.
it's like on FM when you don't have players. There's like a guy on like, that red bar. It's like
Yeah.
a red bar. It's not green. It's red, and you just put him there.
I
That's
But
our
bang.
regarded
you
centre
know
back.
what though? It was like an FM game because, like David said, it's just like every shot that they had, they put in. And it's one
Yeah,
of those games where you're like, bullshit, this would never happen in real life. But here you
And it
go.
was.
yeah.
Those
I mean,
it did.
I sent you on Twitter 3 screenshots of we had 3 amazing chances in the
Yeah,
space of 5 minutes. I sent you 3 screenshots, and if you were shown it, you just assume a goal was about to be scored because they were that good a chance. And every time a roster player somehow got a block in. Glebov was really really good.
There you go.
To be fair,
What was the XG for this game?
I haven't looked yet. I was meant to have a look.
Yeah, do because
Glebov, by the
I'm
way,
interested because honestly, not so much as in I want to know, but more so to disprove the XG once again.
Probably high, yeah. Rostov's was incredibly high compared to us because their shots would just drop into them in the best places.
Yeah.
It was 3.29 against 0.68 for us.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah. So
But Poloz's was, yeah, 0. The goals they scored
XG1
0.66,
this time.
0.42, 0.54. That's just in 3 of the goals. So, yeah, it's like 1.5 just from 3 of their goals. So half it comes from 3 goals. So they just took their good chances really well.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
we had, it was kind of, Creature had an amazing chance for 2-0 in the first half. Bastos almost tripped him up. I wish he'd gone down. I think he'd have got a pen, to be honest. But he carried on and had the shot, put it over.
We don't like Glebov anymore. I mean,
But we moved.
I despise Glebov now.
Why?
Why? Oh, yeah, because of that. Wasn't he
No,
linked
because
to
of
Spartak in the summer as
yeah,
well?
he was. He was.
Wait, what did he do?
Because of the equaliser against Spartak. He scored
Oh.
in the 94th minute.
No, it's the fact that him and Pesyakov, right? Like I hope Pesyakov just isn't good anymore. I would say something ruder, but I won't because fact was that this guy scored this well taken but very lucky goal, right? And then they celebrated like they won the World Cup, which I mean, fair enough. But then it was the fact that in the 93rd minute, Pesyakov did the Sioux celebration as a goalkeeper
We
for
just
a
did a
goal
big.
that he had
Absolute respect.
nothing to do with, right? And I was just filled with so much contempt for that man after just seeing that live, seeing that happen live, right? And it's just like I hope Rostov still get relegated. Probably won't happen now. We're closer to that area than they are at this point. Um, but yeah,
I feel like you are not having a fun time this season. It seems like every week that goes
you
by,
don't
it's
say
just
it.
pain after pain, and I'm like, will it ever stop? When will it
It
stop,
won't.
Robbie?
When is it going to end, Robbie? Exactly.
Exactly.
It's
You know when
except
it's gonna end, Hanu.
yeah.
When you're gone from Spartak, I'm guaranteeing you Spartak win the league.
Yeah, that won't surprise me. That won't surprise me at all. But I
Every
mean,
time, every time something goes wrong, I just think back to pre-season and
Oh,
how
those
it's going to
tweets!
carry on.
Oh
yeah,
my
but
god!
like,
You know,
yeah,
I'm every
no,
single week I could tweet how it started, how it's going, but I've tweeted
yeah.
it so many times already. I think I've tweeted that tweet out 3 or 4
At
times
least five,
already.
at least 5 times, at least 5 times, and you've messaged me it at least 7 times. It's fair enough, right? Fair enough. But at least now I'm sort of happy that I'm not alone in this pain. Rubin, people had similar expectations from them, and they're as bad. So at least I have David to share the pain with. But
Yeah,
we're not.
Football's going bad for you when you're not even like enjoying any results anymore. You're just enjoying
Yeah,
mutual pain with people.
yeah. It's not even enjoyment. It's just like rather than crying alone, I can cry with David.
Yeah.
That's
well,
the
that's it. Like my mentality is I go to every weekend and I've got Rubin and Arsenal, not Arsenal, Arsenal. And I'm like, right, I want. If one of my teams can get a result, I'll come out of the weekend happy. Last year, I had Rubin pulling all the results and Arsenal doing fuck all. And it's been like Arsenal, been like that for Arsenal for the last like several years, really.
Yeah.
And then this season, it's sort of been the opposite.
But you know what?
Rubin,
It's funny you say that because Arsenal's season started really badly, and
yeah,
Rubin's season started really well. So you were probably
yeah.
thinking it was going to continue that same way, but
Oh,
then
it was.
almost inversely, at the exact same point, they had a turn.
But I'm definitely in a mindset where I care more about Rubin's results now than Arsenal's.
Ah,
Like
respect.
when
You've
the
you've,
kind of
you've
score that
migrated.
actually, yeah, like
I have
genuinely.
migrated, man. Honestly, I'll tell you, right? Last season, up until last season, for me, it was 50-50. Real Madrid and Spartak, right? This season, I'd say it's been fluctuating like 85-15 and 90-10 or something. Like Real Madrid won the El Clasico on the day that they beat, that we lost to Zenit, right? And I had absolutely no happiness in me at all. Like we dominated Barcelona in the El Clasico and we're doing generally really, really well in the season. It was the same when we lost to Sheriff Tiraspol. I did not care at all. Whereas when we lost to CSK twice, I was on the floor. Um, but here for Spartak, it's just the most painful, nerve-wracking, emotional games, and all of these games are crazy, by the way. We'll talk about the European ones. We'll like you losing 7-1, conceding in the 93rd minute. Then it's just a mad defensive performance. Then playing loco in a really high end. Like none of these games are just where you're just watching them and it just ends 1-0 or anything, which is fun in one way, but also very stressful.
Saw a tweet. Should try and find it, which is basically showing competitiveness. It might have been on Reddit actually, um, showing the competitiveness of the top 10 leagues in Europe, and basically the LPL was like the fourth most competitive in Europe.
The
Out of,
fourth.
like in terms of like
I would have thought it was higher. Like, where is more competitive this season? Like,
The IPL is trash this
unbiased wise.
season.
You know, like, okay, Zenit are at the top quite comfortably, but besides that, I feel like the whole league
they're
is
not.
so
They're only
competitive.
3 points clear at the moment.
But they still,
Oh,
but what I mean is Zenit have been up there the whole time. Like, there hasn't been any point where like, oh my god, Zenit have dropped down to second or anything. Like, they've been comfortably up the top since the start.
I've just sent it to you on Twitter, Artem.
I feel like, people say a lot that, oh, Russian football's in the pits, the standard's low. And I think this is the first year since I've started watching that I'm willing to concede that. Because Zenit are good. Zenit are, I'd say, the same, if not slightly. Actually, we know what, I'm going to bully Artem as well, slightly. Um, but Zenit are where they are. Spartak have regressed, clearly. CSK, I don't know, they're in a weird space right now where very
Mm.
inconsistent. Like Krasnodar seem to be getting back there, but also inconsistent.
There's a lot.
Lo-
Yeah,
yeah, it's like Lokomotiv were doing well, and then the squad got yeeted. Dinamo and Sochi seem to be getting there, but they're not fully there. So like teams like Lilia and Nizhny, respect to them obviously, but they're closer to the top than you'd expect to be. By the way, Artem, right? Rubin have 2 wins in 11 games.
Yeah.
We have 2 wins in 8 games. You just have 2 wins in 7 games as well. You're not that good.
I beg to
Take
differ.
take take take
I
a
beg to differ, Hanu. Let's
take. No, I didn't.
no, let's
You're
go back to
good. You're
this.
better than us.
Let's go
I didn't
back
say
to
that
this.
yet.
I sorry. Show me where you are on the table.
I didn't say anything about me. I said you're not that good. This conversation isn't. I know I'm trash. I cry every weekend over this. Did you see that? Did you see that Chris Pratt headline that was going around, right? Which was that he got I don't know hated on social media, and this sort of Hollywood Insider headline said that Chris Pratt went to sleep sad and depressed because he got bullied on social media.
Yeah.
yeah.
And me and Anton both said that happens to us every 3 days. That's
Mm.
that's not a big deal.
Well,
So
we just
no,
call
we
that
know we're
Wednesday.
trash. Exactly. We just every Sunday, every Saturday. That's the mood. We're prepared for it now. Um, but yeah, Zenit aren't that good. Zenit,
Yeah, I mean,
but they are good. They just haven't been able to show it.
It's the league's in a weird position now. You've got a lot of teams who are in transitional periods. Well, half the fucking top half are in transitional periods. Spartak got a new manager. Rubin had a good year and now are going downwards. Krasnodar had a bad year and are trying to go upwards but not fixing it. Siska are also sort of. Sometimes you think, wow, they're actually getting there, and then they've just lost the last two and they're suddenly not getting there anymore. Loco you don't know what to think of them because they've changed manager again. The squad's had a huge overhaul. Dino, so you're thinking, oh yeah, they're good, they're going good, and then they face Zenit and get absolutely slaughtered. But Zenit have been good in Europe. I think we have to give them credit for the performances on the whole. Like in Europe, they've been the best performing team out of the three Russian teams.
Yeah,
But they've
they definitely.
been surprisingly suspect, particularly in defence. And it's weird because they're
It's
still
because of Lovren.
because
It's
of
genuinely because of Lovren.
Do you
People
know,
agree that
I
it's
can't
because of
even deny
Lovren.
it. He's not been great this season.
See,
But
that's
it's
all I
weird
want.
because they still feel like they're going to win the league, but they're not that far ahead still. But you still don't really doubt them.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the thing against Ural this week, I don't know what was up with them. They just weren't at it, and I mean they've travelled a lot over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
And I
gonna
sort of
say?
maybe into that. But
Just about Ural, right? They're bottom of the league right now, but I'm actually here to guarantee they're not going to get relegated this season. I'm willing to put any money on it. I just think that they will grind out the results. Like, look how tight that bottom four is now. And
yeah,
Ural are
Yeah.
looking good, and they're not conceding that much anymore. Like they look comfortable in defense, and that's what's
I
gonna.
think the league's closed up a bit compared to last year. I
It
mean,
has
granted, we're only halfway through, right? I'd like to see what this table was like after 14 games last year.
the
Which you can do on
the
Soccer Way.
biggest gap between any two teams in the league is 3 points.
Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the bottom four usually are adrift, or the bottom few teams are usually adrift a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at this point last season, I'd imagine that there was at least one team on 5 points. Like, this season just feels different. Krelia have really surprised me, by the way. Them and Sochi
Mm-hmm.
are currently the best two teams on form. How, like, imagine saying in the last 5 games, they've both got 4 wins.
Yeah, Krilia, I mean,
Yeah.
they really struggled at the start of the season. Like I was really worried after the first couple of games.
Me too.
But they've turned it around, and I'm so pleased that like we were all rooting for them because they've got this really cool squad, mostly young players. They play this quite good looking attacking football, and it's actually doing something. And maybe that will encourage more teams to not play absolute dross in the future when they come up. And let's not also forget Nizhny. Granted, they've lost their last 4. They've not done it. They've not like lost badly. I wouldn't say. Like they were really unfortunate to lose to Loco in there,
Yeah.
and they're doing much better than we would have thought.
Do you know what I like about Krelia? They've got the best Italian in the league since Crescita left.
They do. Man like Sarvelli. I feel like Sochi. It's
He's
just
a flyer.
Fedotov, man. He's the best manager in the league now.
Do you know,
That
hey,
goal.
what is up with Cassiera, by the way?
He's good player.
What a
Good player.
mad,
Listen,
mad
we
man.
we knew these guys were system merchants, right?
Yeah.
They just need players to fit the system, and they found the perfect player to fit the system. Like this, Fedotov had Zabolotny and Kokorin looking like serious strikers. So, like, imagine him with now they have an actual serious striker. So, like, they were always going to be good.
I mean, that goal they scored against Arsenal the other week in the first minute, that was like
Oh, he's just.
lovely. I mean, they absolutely run riot against Cisco in that first half. Like they could have had so many more goals, as well before half time.
Yeah.
Like,
Such a
the
shame
last,
they got
last
knocked
2
out.
weeks, just the thought about getting Cassiera. The first time I was like, I'll get someone else in because I'm not sure on his form. And then the next time I thought, well, it's certainly Cisco. He probably won't score that many. He probably won't do much against them. And he gets 2 goals and 2 assists.
Oh, David, in the last 2 games, he's got me 25 points. I brought him in 2 weeks ago. And it has been the best signing I've made in fantasy football.
Is he a striker or a winger? I mean, a midfielder on fantasy?
Striker.
Okay,
I bought
then
in-
I need him.
I bought in Caldini and he got -2 for getting.
Oh no, this is the same as it's the same as, and I was
I
so
forgot,
pissed. I was like, why would I bring him in
yes,
this week?
Yeah. I did trash this week, bro. Yeah,
I don't think I did very
everybody
well.
did trash this week.
Everyone,
almost
yeah,
everybody.
like I had the best. Actually, hang on, sorry. Look at Look who did the best in the league this week. Bottom of the
Man,
league,
like, oh
44
no.
points. Everyone else is lower than that.
Look at Kai. Kai
Sorry,
did well.
hang on. Who do you
Who
have?
do we have?
Cassiera captain. That's it.
These are such weird players to have. Like look who got it for him. Like
Yusuf.
Sergeyev, Konate, Yusupov. Fair play, genuinely fair play.
I don't know.
Konate looked like he was going to be serious at the start of the season, and then just sort of dropped off.
Yeah, Koi did well too.
That's Ahmad. Ahmad always look like they're going to be serious and then drop off.
How did Koi do well? There's no like standout players here.
Yeah, does that even add up?
I don't
39?
think so.
2, 4, 6. Who the fuck is that? Zinkovsky got 6, 12, 40. I don't think that adds up. That does
No,
not
I
add
think
up.
it does. I think because Shunin got 8, but like that's just not that much. But anyway, that just shows how weird of a week it is. I'm coming for the top spot. I want to keep my own money and buy myself a jersey. That is my goal. All of yous are dropping down.
Yeah.
Below me. I think you're all below me for the first time this week.
I think there was a point, I think last week or the week before that one, where all three of us were on the same points.
Yeah,
And
something
there was
like
a.
We're chasing. I
mad.
think if we work together, we'll catch the top guys.
I hope so. If only
How
we
do
could
we
just
work
put
together in
our
this?
points together, we could just win
Together,
straight away
yeah.
and and I'll
That's
get us all a
mad.
third of a jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can get the table off 14 rounds.
Okay, this
Okay,
is gonna be
okay.
interesting.
So last year we had Cisco atop at this point with 31 points. So
Oh,
they
yeah,
had
they were. Jesus, remember that? What a
Ro-
time to be alive.
Rotoranu for both.
Koncharenko and them. Oh my god. Spartak
Ro-
was second. Spartak were like really close.
Yeah, it was Rotoranu for about 5 points adrift at the bottom. Shout out Ufa for getting out of that relegation
How
scrap.
many points did they have out of interest?
7.
7. Yeah, I knew it was single digits. Like useless.
Okay.
Biggest gap between any teams. It's 5, those two at the bottom, 5 points adrift. Otherwise, it's 3 points.
Who
pretty
was
much.
asking for a friend, right? Was there any team that was 11 points behind the team at top and actually like did well?
Rubin were 10 points adrift and ended up coming 5th. Loco, where did they
There
finish?
is hope. There is hope.
Loco were also 10 points adrift and ended up coming.
Oh yeah, they were, but they went on that insane run, didn't they? 11 games straight. They
But then you
won.
had Akhmat and Rostov were only 8 points adrift and they went backwards. So
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go,
Jesus.
Hanu. So it can go either way. Don't get too confident yet.
It can go either way. Yeah, no, it's probably gonna go badly. But let's talk about the one thing that doesn't always depress me, and that's European football. Zenit lost twice to Juventus. Paulo Dybala went mad in the second leg. They were crying about a penalty, which fair enough. Like the penalty was dodgy, but the retake was fair. It wasn't like you would win the game anyway. It would be 3-2. So fair enough. Zenit still will probably get. I think someone said that they have like a 94% chance of coming third in the group, or some wild number. Because they basically need to not lose to Malmo by 5 goals,
Yeah,
and they'll be fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's basically in the bag.
Well, so
So
long
it's
as Malmo
basically, yeah.
also don't get a result against Juve.
Yeah, against,
So like that,
yeah,
and Juve are true now. So
yeah.
that's probably
Fair
why it's
enough.
not.
I say Zenit have been not bad, especially in their home games. Like home against Juve, they were decent. So I'm still sort of half hopeful they might do something against Chelsea at home.
Yeah, no, me too. But saying that, all we need is a draw against Malmo, and I'll honestly take it at this point.
Yeah.
Drop down to the Europa League and see what we can do there.
Yeah, that'd be fine with me as well. As long as we get someone in in Europe off the.
I need
After
two teams.
Christmas.
I need Spartak to do bits for me, or like
Yeah, you do.
at,
You do.
at least come into the Conference League, because
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, they got. Is it all third place teams from the Europa go to conference? or
Yeah,
just-
yeah, all of them. At least, yeah, all of us to go to the.
So yeah, it's going to be tight though.
And I will be truly devastated if we don't come third at least.
oh
Because-
yeah, no, you should.
I don't know. Because it's like, I mean, it's like that. This season, especially, is very similar to that one with Kononov and Raul Riancho, where we beat Rangers 4-3, drew to that other team, but then ended up coming last anyway in 2018-19 with that Villarreal, Rapid Vienna, and whoever that was. Shocking in the league, but somehow did. I think we've played better this time, though, haven't we, David? You'll agree that like the performance in Europe, at least as a whole,
Um,
have been.
I mean, if we put the first game aside for Legia at home,
Even the first game, right?
In
We should
context, though,
like
Legia have done actually very well.
they
So
have they were
they're in the
it was
relegation zone
it was a
in their
fine
league.
performance other than scoring. Um, and then it did, no, I'm not going to give you Legia because it wasn't good. You
We
didn't
deserve to
score.
draw from
You
them.
had loads of
Okay,
chances
fine,
to
but
score,
yeah,
and then you barely had to defend all game, and the one time you needed to defend, you didn't.
yeah, fair
So,
enough.
um, but Napoli was hugely impressive, granted with the red card. I didn't see a game the 4-1 against the 4 whatever against Leicester. I didn't see that. Nor
Yeah,
did I
that was
see.
wild.
I didn't see either of those games, but you didn't necessarily disgrace yourselves.
No,
So
I think the thing is I don't remember those 2018-19 games, but I feel like here there has been it's more than just emotion. There is at least in Europe for some weird reason some sort of
yeah,
we
you've done
just
better
are
than Loco. You've done better than Loco.
yeah we have they've
What
been
you've
very
got
we've
to do
not been convincing.
really, if you can just
Um,
get that win against Legia,
which
although
we need to show up, man. It win against Legia and we have something at least basically, right? That's what the equation
is it
looks
Legia or
like.
Legia? I
I
swear I've
don't
heard
know.
people saying Legia this year, and I'm like, I've always called
Um,
it Legia in my head.
I thought it was Legia in Polish, but
I
Legia is
feel like it
probably
would
what
be.
people read it like in English.
Mm.
we need to beat them is
Yeah, you have
the
to.
important part,
You
and
have
it's
to.
like
You have all
they
the
are
players
doing
ready to
really badly, by the way, in their league. They are doing worse than us. They're in the relegation zone. I'm
go.
pretty
Okay,
sure. But
even
Russian
with
clubs, unfortunately, have a tendency to bottle when it matters. So I'm being very pessimistic for every game for the rest of the season. This game, shout out Kai Connell. We managed to get him to the game in Leicester. And Artem, do you remember the Spain versus Iran game?
yeah,
David remembers the Spain versus Iran
I don't
game.
think I do.
I was there. I went to it.
That was the level of defense that we came up with. Now I know
Oh,
Spain
I
ended up
do
losing
remember
that
that
game.
game. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's the type of football we played, right?
Mm.
We at least we got one chance, we scored it, and for the rest of the game, it was just like ultra defensive, but it was planned. It was well planned, ultra defensive football. Selikov was
So
great.
well planned that it only
Everybody,
took 7 minutes to concede after your goal.
that was a set piece. To be fair, we're not great at, but like that wasn't exactly like yeah, fair enough, I guess. Even the first game was insane. We took a 2-0 lead, and then Patson Daka decided that he would just score 4 goals as you do. Um, certain men, including myself, thought that a certain player could have done better. We won't name him because of professional concerns, but yeah. So I
His
mean, we
nationality?
could have easily gotten a point from that game as well.
Is he Swedish?
So no, he's not Swedish. Swedish guy scored against Leicester in that game, an only goal of the season.
True. It's true.
Um,
Ignatov's pass,
but
by the way, for the goal.
was great. It was very, very, very good.
Unbelievable.
Ignatov was a great player, and this is, I might be called crazy for this, right? But stylistically, not in terms of ability or in terms of contribution, but the way in which Ignatov dribbles and moves and passes is similar to what Ronaldo does right now, just in terms of his movement and in terms of sort of his behavior on the ball. There's a lot of little flicks. They're both like sort of tall and lanky and stuff. The way in which they dribble, the way in which they pass. Of course, he can't shoot as well. He can't head as well. But that similarity does at least appear to me. Um,
He's got that X
and yeah,
factor.
he's
Yeah.
got that X factor. Victor Moses is actually playing like the player of the season in the Europa League, which is
About time, because he did say he was going to be the player of the season this season.
I did, and in the Europa League, one can make a case. He's got 1 goal and 3 assists in 4 games.
Best right back in
So
Russia.
yeah, we don't talk about it. His
Well,
thing
Hanu,
back in.
Now,
it looks like
who's better?
he might be going to Spurs now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I mean, that's just the most Conte thing in the world, and I think he'd do well. He'd do. I don't want him to leave, of course. Really, really great player, really good guy from the looks of it. But yeah, it wouldn't be surprising. So, do you guys think we'll get through? At least third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe. I have to believe.
Thank you.
I'm only
Question
saying
back
yeah
to
because
you,
I've
though.
got money on it against you.
Who's
You
better?
don't have money on that. We
I
didn't bet
do.
on that.
I bet that there would be 2 teams.
We didn't bet on that. That was your prediction.
I thought
I
we
didn't
bet
say
on
no
that.
to that. No. We bet on Rostov finishing in the bottom half. We bet on Zenit versus anybody,
Yeah.
and we bet on something that wasn't this.
No, there was 5 there was fantasy football as well, but there was 5
Oh
bets.
yeah,
I
yeah.
specifically remember there was 5 because there
There
was
weren't
3.
5. There were 3.
No, there were 3 originally, and then the next episode we had another 2.
I don't know. You'll have to go. But I don't think I bet on this. I wouldn't bet on this.
Okay. Well, either way, my prediction
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Loco don't seem to be getting that.
No.
No. Artem said Loco would finish first in that group, and that's not gone well for him.
Yeah, I think I probably. Well, I don't think I said that, but I thought they would do the best out of all the Russian teams based on last
Yeah.
season, and they.
No,
they
Artem
went
proper
first.
put out a prediction. Loco would finish first, Zenit would finish third, I think, and Spartak something.
I said no. I
But,
said Zenit would finish. I said that they'd finish third, but I said that they'd have a chance at second. That didn't end up happening, but I said that Spartak would be fourth. I said that Spartak would come for
Then
bottom
that
of the group.
probably still will happen.
Galatasaray obviously got over their early season blips that they were because they almost didn't qualify, didn't they? Almost just only sneak past St Johnston.
Yeah.
And now look at them, they're flying. I mean, they got dealt a very hard group, Loco. Like competitively much tougher than Spartak's group, I would say.
Sorry,
Wait,
but
what?
What is the point of Marseille playing?
4
They've drawn
draws
every game.
and 3 1-1s and 1 0-0. That's fair enough. Like, and it's like, did you see, by the way, the Galatasaray fans are Galatasaray and their fans? Like, the club put out a statement saying that they want the game against Loco to be replayed
Yeah.
because Zhivogliadov got a second yellow card and he didn't get sent off in like the 97th minute. So they just want the whole game to be replayed now, which is
That seems fair.
very Turkey, very very Turkey.
Well, there was the famous.
And-
I can't remember who was the player, but there was a big incident years back with the guy who got 3 yellow cards, wasn't there?
That
Oh
was
yeah,
in
that
the
was in
World
the
Cup.
2006 World Cup, Croatia versus
Portugal,
Australia.
I
Or
think.
Oh
something.
yeah, it was an English ref, wasn't it?
It was Graham Paul. It was that man. But David, why do you think this is a harder group than our group? This is not a harder group than our group.
I think each team is more competitive. Like if you were to assign a value, let's just say out of 10 in difficulty to each team in the group, I think Loco's group would come in higher, just about. Because Legia's value is much lower than Galatasaray, Lazio, or Marseille, I think.
Fair, but I'd say, Artem, what do you think?
I can get on board.
There's
with,
no
I think
bad
that
team.
I think that Leicester and Napoli are stronger teams than any of the teams that Locomotive have. But saying that, I kind of agree with David. It's like there's no like in Spartak's group, you came into it and thought, okay, well at least we should be beating Legia. Whereas in Locomotive's group, you'd be looking at it and be like, there's no team there that we should be beating. It's all going to be close.
Yeah.
So
Most of the groups have like a tiered system of like, okay, that's the strongest team, yada yada yada. But Group E is literally like on paper, you would say it's 4 teams and an unpredictable group because you didn't.
well,
Obviously
know,
nowadays,
as they
now
say,
we can
David,
see.
they don't play football on paper.
On paper.
Or on
Oh,
Twitter,
yeah.
or on Twitter for that matter.
No, they play football on Twitter. They play football on Twitter.
Obviously, we've since found out that Loco are much worse than these three teams, so um, doesn't really matter.
Is there any hope that they make it?
Yeah,
No, no chance.
there is. There's always hope. There's always hope in
I,
football.
I've got no faith in that team at the
Who
They
moment.
have they got
played
left?
Marseille and Lazio.
If they can beat
Lazio,
Marseille,
Lazio battered them
but if
away.
they could,
Lazio truly battered them.
no, but think about it this way: if they can beat Marseille, then there's a chance. They'll be ahead of Marseille going into the last round.
No, Marseille is the last round.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
No, Marseille's next.
No, Marseille.
Oh no,
is not
Lazio's next. Yeah. I still think.
there. So that's.
Yeah, it depends. I still think they have a chance. I don't think it's a great chance, but I think there is a chance.
Yeah, they just like on the derby. The derby did happen, by the way. Two derbies happened actually since we last recorded. I think we drew 2-2 with the Dinamo, and then we played Loco yesterday. And that ball from Camano for the goal was unbelievable. That pass that he did to Kirk, who scored a very simple tap in, right? But that ball, go back and look at that pass. It was a very, very good pass.
It was good.
And Loco dominated us for the first half. Then the idiotic referee sent Litvinov off for which wasn't a red card. And then Loco disappeared for the second half. They just like they were playing 10 men. You would have thought that they come out and attack us, but they didn't. Smolov was invisible. Like Kirk had a really like on and off game. Whereas like, I guess they just don't have their squad fully ready yet for
There's
whatever
no,
they're planning to
yeah.
do.
It's like when Nikolic first started. Really, there's no gel. What's the word? There's no sort. They're not gelled together as a squad yet.
Yeah,
Like he either plays with Kirk and Kamano and plays long balls to get the pacey guys in, or he doesn't play either of them, and they've got fucking no football style at all.
yeah.
It's it's very wishy-washy stuff. They've had injuries. Smolov was out as well last couple of games, and I mean I'd love to have a look at the lineups of the last sort of three games and have a proper look at how much it's changed. I feel like he changed the lineup a lot, and I imagine it's
Yeah.
very hard for the team to get consistent results with the team changing so much.
Yeah. I think from their Galatasaray game there were 4 changes to I think it was one of the midfielders got swapped out, one of the centre backs got swapped out, one of like the left back got swapped out, and someone else. But like there was that weird point like towards the end of Nikolic's term where just the back four was shifting with every single game, and we don't know what that was about because he built a really nice functional team, and they were adding to it little by little, and now Mr. Rangnick has come in with Tommy Zorn to just completely overhaul that thing.
If you were given the task of naming Loco's strongest 11, I think it would be difficult
It would be difficult, yeah.
because
Artem,
so
what do
many
you think about
injuries.
Loco?
Like you pick, who would you even pick centre half? You got Murillo, Pablo, Mikheyev, and Yedvai. Like who are their two strongest? I have no idea because he changed
Yeah,
so
I don't
much.
know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like you said, it is a bit wishy-washy at the moment. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they develop, but like, they don't seem like much of a team as of late, which is a shame because their players are sick.
Yeah.
I have a question for both of you. Have you
Go on.
downloaded the new FM or no?
No, I haven't yet. I don't know if I am going to.
David,
Yeah, I'm in 2025 with Borussia
you're
Dortmund.
fucking joking. 2025 already.
Yeah,
Wait,
I haven't
what?
played it.
How?
I haven't played it for like at least 4 or 5 days now, though.
How is it? Is it worth getting?
There's a lot of good, cool changes that were much needed. Obviously, it's still in the beta stage, and they need to tweak a couple of things. Like, basically, the only way of scoring at the moment is through crosses. But there are lots of things to like about the game they've changed. Like the transfer value system has changed quite a bit, which is nice. Yeah,
How
and those
so?
are
How
things
have
I
they
can't
changed the
remember.
transfer values?
So every player would previously have just been assigned a value, right?
Okay.
But every player now has a range of values. So you could go to like, unless they've got a release clause. So you go to play with a release clause, and their value is set as whatever their release clause is.
Okay.
If you went to, so for example, if you go to Rubin, and you're an overseas club, Kvaratskhelia is set at 9.6 million because he has a release clause. If you go to like Spartak and Larson, his value would be set at like 4.2 million to 6.8 million, and something or something. There's just ranges in every player,
Okay.
um,
That is kind of interesting. I was gonna say.
and it's it's not like how it used to be. You know, like a player used to be valued at 20 million, but it was like they would
Yeah.
never accept 20 million.
Yeah.
It seems to be more like the valuation is actually not the valuation of the player, but what the club would accept instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. See, in
It's
one
now.
sense, it's kind of like yeah, that makes sense, but then in another sense, it's like you don't actually have that in
In
real
real life.
life. Like I guess.
It's kind
Well,
of boring, isn't it?
I don't know. It's not true in all cases, and the feature that they've also added is you can talk to the agent before you go to the club, and they'll give you a sense of what the club might want, which is quite nice.
Okay.
That was there last season.
Really,
Yeah,
I think so,
I
yeah.
thought.
I feel
Well,
like
I
they've
thought
been marketing that as a new
something was like,
feature.
but I wasn't sure
I
if
don't
it
know. I've
was
been
quite
enjoying
that.
it. I was enjoying it. Dortmund just went in, just wanted to try a team who have had a bit of money. It turned out they had very little money, and just try it because I last year I did like just all small teams. So I thought let's do a big team and just scout a load of players and see who's good. And I of course signed Kvaratskhelia and Zakarian off the bat. So yeah,
Nice, nice. And how is he faring in Europe?
who?
Kvaratskhelia. That's who I'm more interested in.
Oh, he was retrained him to be a cam to
Okay.
replace Royce when Royce retired because I'm not using wingers. I've been using a 5-2-1-2, which is hugely effective. The wing backs are insane. I think it's just more on the build of the game at the moment. So I just rotate between him and Rayner as my cam. He was doing okay. Zakarian didn't develop really at all. The
Okay.
only thing, one of the worst things is the loan system's broken. Just I can't get any players out on loan, which is a shame. I'm having to buy players and then they just sit around doing fuck all.
Yeah. Damn. That does sound annoying. I'm still 50-50 as to whether I want to get it or not. Like I always say I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get it, and then it comes towards the time, and I'm seeing people get it, and I'm like, shit, I really want it.
It's the same with me. Like I was thinking, I don't need to buy it. But I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
But then as soon as it comes out, you're like, oh, I want to have a go. I want to do this and that. And then you're going to do it. You get it. But Russia is obviously unplayable until I've done my bit.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why, like,
When
I
Yeah,
honestly, I
that's
never
true.
start with FM until that's done. Like, I'm kind of like,
Exactly, yeah.
I'll start to say it, but then I'm like, you know what, this is just so stupid. Let me just go somewhere else. And
Yeah.
then
Last
It
season I
is.
played
I
in
kind of half-first play it until it's out, and then it's out, and
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all full in.
I played in Kazakhstan until Dave put out the update last season. So
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I always monitor like what's going on in Russia uh, from my save, and I had to look back. And it's like Yurakin went to Dinamo in the first transfer window, and all these just stupid transfers it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, it just annoys me. Obviously, the limit it forced, I think, has a huger impact in the game certainly than in real life. In the fact that teams will almost just exclusively sign Russian players and hardly ever sign foreigners. It feels like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I can't bring myself to manage in Russia until I've done some stuff with it
yeah, that's fair.
because I just don't think it's realistic.
No, you're dead right.
That's
But
fair. Do we have
uh,
anything else?
I
I
have
did
one
actually
question
want.
for Hanu.
Go on.
Mario Fernandez or Moses?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Moses.
Okay.
Has Mario Fernandez played a game this season?
Yeah, pretty much all of
I,
them.
s- I swear he like no one talks about Mario Fernandez anymore, man.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Yeah, because
Because he retired from Spornaya.
yeah.
When was the last time you heard the name Mario Fernandez? Anyway, like it's sad actually. It's really it's because he a couple of years ago he used to be at the top of all the best player in the league conversation, and now he's just sort of faded away, which
You
is
know what I think it is? It's not so much he's faded away. I just feel like CSKA aren't as big of a name anymore. Like
yeah, true,
like
true.
I don't know about yous, but I look out for the games every weekend, and whenever I see CSKA, I'm like, I don't really want to watch them. So I just
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah,
because they
there's no excitement to watch Cisco. I agree.
It's kind of like worrying as well for them because they used to be a team that I'd actually look out for because, especially when Chalov was coming through, they had a few decent players. And it was Vlasic was there, and now it's just kind of
Mm.
like, eh,
Yeah, they've
like
still got players that I like, but I agree, sort of. Can we also just mention Vlasic sort of struggling in the UK a bit?
yeah, Vlasic is depressed in the UK. Like that was an actual headline. Vlasic is depressed and out of confidence at West Ham,
Didn't he get
which is
elbowed
sad.
in the head or something?
Yeah. Ivica Olic ruined that man's career. Like he should be held accountable for that. He should really be held. That man came in, ruined Nikola Vlasic's career, and left like nothing happened.
How often's
And
Crowd played for them as well?
yeah, and it's like you look at CSK's lineup and it's so ghetto. Like their defense, they play like Nababkin and Shenikov in defense regularly in 2021, which no one wants to watch that.
and they let go of Gogwa.
And they let go of one of the best defenders in the league, who is I hope he reestablishes himself somewhere.
Alex Crow has played how many minutes? Five.
Alex
95
Crowe got
minutes.
cold.
95 minutes since he signed for West Ham.
Tops. Amazing.
Yeah, Vlasic, I don't think the money for Vlasic is so mad. It's like, what is it, 35 million or something?
It was more than I think we all expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was way more.
But you know what
we
though?
all-
Like West Ham are in such good form, it almost doesn't make sense to play them. Like they're third in the league. Like
I mean, he's missed the last couple of games with injury. I think Europe was where we were hoping to see him a lot, and he played the first couple, and then he's been injured, which is just a shame. Just waiting for him to get that first goal or assist, which he's not got yet.
yeah.
I don't think.
Three players went from the RPL to the Premier League this season.
Okay.
And our guy, because RFN put Norman's transfer through. We don't talk about it, but it is the truth. RFN got Norman to Norwich, right? And he scored a really good goal against Brentford at the weekend.
Mhm.
Certain man told us that he was a 1 out of 10 signing and won't work in the Premier League.
And he turned out to be
hasn't-
so far the best PL signing.
so far the best out of all three.
Yeah,
Which is
seeing him being like, appreciated as maybe like the best player, and I'm seeing football basically certain echelons of football Twitter saying like appreciating him, which is nice.
yeah, it's good.
Man like Eldor got a goal and assist on the weekend as well.
Man, oh my god. Man like Eldor almost got himself cancelled as well 2 weeks ago. which was
Jesus, that happened in these 3 weeks as well.
yeah, that was just so wild, dude. That was
was
so wild. We were done with him for a good 12 hours. And then Roma. And the craziest thing about that was like at least 7 different people added me like, bro, this your man's? What's going on here? Is this his real account? And like, bro, I don't know. But
But you know what? It was like, do you remember they did Q&As on that account, and like
yeah,
everyone thought it was Eldor,
I
and then a few
I
weeks ago it was, oh, this is a fan account, and then just before that tweet it went back to this is Eldor's account. How does
yeah, it was so weird. It was like,
I was always suspicious. I always thought it was because his agent followed that account, and I just thought, would the agent follow a fake account? That seems weird.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
That is
I'm still suspicious as to whether it was his account or not, but I'll give him the benefit.
No, because
I
the
don't know.
thing
Like,
was,
see, and like, he's if that is also his views. Do you remember those kind of dodgy views that people were saying that there was a player who was at
Genoa.
Genoa
Yeah, but
before,
you
that
know
was
the
an
thing with that
anti-vaxxer that
was,
was sold in the summer.
right?
I
Yeah,
don't know
but
that story.
No, no,
Basically, so someone
yeah.
came out and was like, "Oh, there's like what was it like, two anti-vaxxers at Genoa, and one of them left in the summer. Like one of them got transferred in the summer. So that would
It's
be
Yeah.
like
mental, like.
it's it's like your man Odem Wingy. He was born in Uzbekistan as well. we
Oh man,
so
we don't.
yeah.
Odin
It
Wingy's
wouldn't
just a
surprise me.
mad man.
I just read
Odem
that
Wingy is insane, bro. No, but that Eldor tweet was wild, dude.
it
And it
was.
was the fact that it was tweeted at halftime in Roma's game against whoever that was.
That
Yeah,
was the
So
that's the big evidence that sort of definitely leads me to give
yeah,
him the benefit.
no, that
Definitely.
was wild.
I just read that Becker's injured for Loco, and he's been like their only good player,
damn.
so that's not good.
That's
Also, shout out to Umyarov. What a goal that was.
what a goal! What a guy! He came on the pitch at halftime and he just looked so happy to be there, where everyone else was like so sad and upset and angry, and this guy just came out smiling and then he scored a goal. Fair
I
enough.
I
So
I think he's got potential to go abroad and play in a bigger league. Definitely.
yeah, I think all Umarov, Litvinov, and Ignatov, all three of those guys all
I have
have it.
I have my doubts about how far Ignatov can go. But like really talented, like as you said earlier, like the dribbling, like it's just like
Yeah,
in Fenito last year was absolutely dominating. But I'm not sure. Litvinov seems good so far, but it's very early on, very
yeah,
early days. But Miaro, I think, has the ability to go further. Like it's like Zobnin, right? Zobnin probably has the ability to play in a bigger league,
yeah,
in my opinion. But I just don't think will because he's too valuable to Spartak, too old, and it's too old. Even though he's like what 27, he's still too old
yeah,
for a big money move. Because Spartak would probably want at least 10 million, and that's a big risk for a player who's not played outside of Russia before.
yeah.
Do you remember when he was first coming through? He played 2 games for Dinamo, and Manchester United wanted to buy him. Apparently, what a wild time.
Yeah, no, apparently Liverpool wants Zakaria now, even though he's injured for 3 months or some wild shit.
Do you know what? That would be
Three
actually
months.
a crazy move.
It would make, I don't know, it would,
I saw it in Russian, and they said English media. So I was like, okay, I just searched Zakarian in English.
yeah, I
I
mean,
couldn't find anything.
I feel
So
like it would be like that idiot Gasparini and Atlanta and what they're doing to Miranchuk over there. I think that
I
would
don't
be the
think you
thing
can
at
put
Liverpool.
Klopp and Gasparini in the same.
No, I can't, but it's just like they have a very set squad and there's no place for these children to come in
I
and
don't know
at
who.
least,
I don't know where the rumor came from.
Honestly, David, you should just like start making rumors up. See how many of them get on the news. Because like I'm certain they will. Like,
they
do you ever
will, yeah.
search your on Google and just see what comes up?
Yeah, all
Sorry?
the time.
Do you ever search your Twitter on
No.
Google? Do it. I'm telling you, there's going to be way more news articles about it than you think.
Yeah. Um,
Like even for me, like there's like so many just random fucking ones. Like I think Lad Bible had put something up as well from that I posted.
Oh yes, Georgian starboy Kvaratskhelia scores a worldie, 31st of July 2021.
yeah.
There you go. Like I'm telling you, like if you post videos, they're gonna be embedded all over the internet, and you don't even know like until you search. So it's really
Maccabi
interesting
Haifa
to look
beat
back.
Rostov. I don't know how I'm in this one.
You know what? We're gonna do this as well. I feel like David will have the more interesting ones out of me, you and Hanu. So
I don't know.
There's
rest in peace, David.
oh my god. Look at the contrast between the two.
I know, yeah.
Emmanuel Frimpong and
There's an underscore after the RFN in my Twitter.
Oh,
you know
is
what
there?
we need to update that banter era thread on RFN. At least 100 tweets can be added to that. Just over stuff from the past 6 months.
Look, there you go. The Liverpool offside, United in focus. Major League Soccer, David. You made it onto the MLS website.
Oh wait, oh you're actually on the news tab.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
haven't
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
about
yeah.
doing that.
Look, there you go. You're on the actual MLS website.
Cool. Unix now.
That is actually more than once.
That bit of
Actually,
skill was insane.
more than once. Sport
I'm here.
FM Greece.
I'm on 90min.com here. I've got a tweet for myself as well.
Yeah, nice.
Binyayev, the
Bleacher.
Sun.
Jeez, Bleacher Report even have you?
Oh, the Fuendeveya was linked to Arsenal.
The Sun.
Oh yeah, I actually remember exactly where I was on that day because
Oh,
I still had notifications on my phone for Twitter at that point, and I was. It did really. I mean, I got huge numbers on that tweet.
there you go. Ria from Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh, that's the one where he falls. That's the one with the bee falls off the bike.
Yeah. There's RT. More than once. 4 times.
4 times.
RT is basically RFN2 at this point.
Yeah. And there's of course the most important ones. Sport Rex.
The most
With the
important ones.
WTI.
Yeah, when I just regularly Googled it, it just came up with all the podcasts,
Yeah.
which is the most. Yeah, it's the
That's
most
me.
important.
That's me. Why is RFN David there with me?
Wait.
Go back. Look at the images. The second one. That's our lineup graphic.
Yeah.
Why is David there with that?
Oh
Click on
no,
it,
but
click
that
on it.
happens to me as well. Like, do you ever search your name and it just comes up with like random people? Like, I guarantee.
Yeah, that happens on LinkedIn. Like, or the thing will say LinkedIn, and it'll be just some dude.
Yeah, like, there's a guy who went to college with.
Yeah.
That's just not me, even though it says it's me. There's me.
Yeah.
Me as Cristiano Ronaldo.
That is true though. That
Searched
is
Russian football news on there, and we were on the Mirror when that goalkeeper died in Kaliningrad.
You're on Zip. You're on Zip. Did you see that?
Where
What's
was
it?
Go
Where
on
is it?
images.
Go back to
Go on
this.
images. On the bottom right. Look at the
Zenit
yes.
International
Yes,
Oh
Podcast.
my
that.
god, no
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
way.
God rest its soul.
What do you mean, God rest?
And-
Look, there's Andrew.
There's Andrew. And there's also property valuation. There's books about property valuation.
Yeah. It's just madness.
Sport Bible had us when we tweeted Zuber as Deadpool.
Oh yeah, that was big.
Let's see what comes up for me.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
super interesting content, guys.
Yeah. Shouts
Yeah,
out
we're being
everyone
very
listening.
self-indulgent here.
Hardly. Like, only one news thing came up for me. There used to be so many more. Footballburp.com.
How is that a real website? Come on, man. We came up with that name and thought this is good.
We thought our name was bad.
There's
Uh.
RT. This is about the.
Why are you on this one? What happens?
Oh, I just said he looked like Mr. Burns.
Yeah, I've come
You
with
and
a few
Danny
of
on the
these.
same tweet. Hanny won't be anyway because his accounts on private.
Yeah, mine had a couple of like this news articles on like Russian. It was just tweets of mine that they
Oh
steal.
my god, do you
They don't
remember
steal,
this?
they steal. Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, classic.
Oh, what a thought to be alive.
Zenit actually worked with RFN. They gave it to us like an hour early and said, "Can you distribute this to anyone who might be able to help it go viral?"
Yeah.
Which we did.
Oh,
I remember sending it to not Romano. What's one of the other Italian journalists?
DiMarzio.
No, he's slightly smaller, but he's still got a tick. He follows me. I forget his name. Pedretti or something. He supports Torino. That's all I can remember.
I don't know.
I don't know. I remember giving it to him, and he was like, "This is fake, obviously, but okay."
do you remember
This is fake, obviously, but okay.
Do you remember though the bookie suspended all the bets on Ibrahimovic to Zenit because of this?
hmm
That was so funny.
What's that?
Oh
What's
my
this
god,
guy's
do you
name?
remember people used to use teams following players as proof that they were gonna sign for them?
They still
And
do
Zenit
that.
had
Yes,
followed
they-
him a few hours before.
That's a very real thing. They still do that.
To be fair, yeah, I've also used that over the summer to confirm. Like, it It was like someone's having a trial somewhere. What I've done is like gone on Instagram, done some Instagram snooping, found that he follows several of the players. Is like, okay, it's this guy. That's how you can find when a team name's just a trialist. Just do some Instagram browsing, and you'll find out who the trialist is.
What happened to the Angolan guy? Is he still playing?
Who?
Who? Yeah.
The futsal guy at UFA.
Yeah,
Oh,
Casantura. Yeah, he started.
Yeah.
He was really good on the weekend. I watched their
Yeah,
game.
bro, I don't pay any attention to the lineups or whatever. It's just these one games every week just take everything out of me. So I have no clue what
I
else is
watched
going
them
on.
against Arsenal 0-0. It was actually a good 0-0. I'm not gonna lie, and he was pretty good to be fair. Arunov was good too, which was nice to see. Man like that.
Spartak employee, you don't know. Still on our books.
Oh, I love that guy.
Right.
Before we
I think that's
go-
all we have.
Before we go, I just wanted to say we were talking about where the fuck is like that guy from who did you say, Ral? Ufa?
Oh yeah, Casantura from Ufa.
Casantura, yeah, that's the one. Where the fuck is Football Grad? Guys, if anybody knows where Football Grad has gone, please let us know. Their Twitter's gone. We were just discussing this before the podcast, and they have just disappeared off the face of the earth. Their website's still up, but that's it. So, if you know where they are, let us know. Not that we care that much, but it's just kind of like
Where
what happened.
where
You know,
where is Rodolfo Gaich?
where is Adolfo, guys?
Where is Rodolfo? I want to Google that. Where is
Still,
the greatest
still stinking the place up at Huesca.
the greatest meme in Russian football history? By
Tree
far.
Tree trunk.
Such a bad footballer. And I repped him for 3 months.
You
I
repped
was
him for
convinced
so
that
long.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
oh
you do
my
this
God.
with a lot of players, Hanu. You need to.
No,
Not
it's
just
gotten better
players,
now.
managers too. Remember Vittoria?
Guy
Come
just
on,
played 10
excuse me.
times and got
That was emotional. That was I mean, I don't know actually. I still believe in him, right? But look at the things I have gotten right. Fedotov I got right. Nikolic I got right. What else did I get?
Can you say you got Nikolic right? He's gone.
Yes, I got Nikolic right. They sabotaged Nikolic. I got Bakayev better than Miranchuk. No, I didn't get that right. But yeah, Rodolfo Gaich is still really bad.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And on that, I think it is. I think it's time to end.
I think so. I am absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, we just verbal freewheeled for the last half an hour, to be honest. Been
Yes,
great.
we did. Before we go,
It's the international break. Cyprus are playing Russia this week, and also Croatia. If they win those games, then they'll be at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for watching. Ignore the screen; it's not relevant. Don't dislike, otherwise we may not record. We're not scared to just blank. Artem's shirt is nice. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Let's stop recording. Okay, he's not gonna stop recording. He wants to do the Zuba celebration in front
He's
of us.
that wrecked.
actually, I'm that wrecked.
I'm just going to play Geoguessr. I've not played it in like 2 weeks.
Bye, guys.